Hello and welcome to our channel where we dive deep into the mysteries and conspiracies that surround our world. Have you ever wondered who is really pulling the strings behind the scenes? Is it possible that one organization has the power to secretly control the world? Today we're going to talk about a company that you've probably heard of before: BlackRock. BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager, with over $10 trillion in assets under management. That's more than the GDP of some small countries. But just how much power does this company really have? In this video, we'll explore the possibility that BlackRock, the world's largest asset management firm, could be behind a global conspiracy to shape the world as we know it. BlackRock was formed by founder and CEO Larry Fink in 1988 in New York City as a risk management and fixed-income institutional asset manager. They say the darkest hour is just before the dawn. Similar was the case with this man, who had just lost a sum of $100 million, but then would soon go on to own the world's largest asset manager company, with $10 trillion currently in its portfolio. According to MarketWatch, there is currently around $40 trillion in circulation around the world, which means BlackRock manages a quarter of the world's money. Forget Tesla and Amazon and their eccentric, spacefaring CEOs. BlackRock and its comparatively reclusive CEO are the biggest players on the global financial stage. How did BlackRock become the largest asset manager in the world? And what does it mean for the current and future world economy? BlackRock and Vanguard are two of the big three passive fund asset management firms. The third, State Street, is owned by BlackRock, whose largest shareholder is Vanguard. It seems all roads lead to BlackRock. Vanguard is the largest shareholder of BlackRock. Vanguard itself, on the other hand, has a unique structure that makes its ownership more difficult to discern. But many of the oldest, richest families in the world can be linked to Vanguard funds. The top position holding company in the leaderboard on the shareholders' race can change and does change based on shares bought and sold from time to time. However, there are solely two companies that are consistently listed among the top holders: Vanguard Group Inc. and BlackRock Inc. The various enterprises owned or shared by BlackRock include hotel lodging sites like Booking.com, aircraft manufacture for Boeing and Airbus, steel mines for manufacture requirement, oil refineries for airplane fuels, seed production and the agriculture sector such as Bayer, along with other textile manufacturing plants and clothing company. They also have a stack in solar panel production, drug production, and also institutes that fund the study of these drugs. Even malls and shopping complexes to e-commerce sites like Amazon and AliExpress are all partially owned by BlackRock. Even the financial sector isn't free from it. Credit card companies, insurance companies, banks, construction companies, telephone companies, restaurants, makeup brands, personal health care brands are all included in their portfolio. Despite all this, why aren't they all that known in the public eye? Mainly cause this is what to decide for themselves, as there is power in anonymity. If they wanted, they could very easily be featured in the news outlets on a regular basis, as they also own 18% of Fox, 16% of CBS, and 13% of Comcast. Tech giants like Google, Facebook, Twitter and even Disney are all in one or the other way a part of BlackRock, who easily owns an astounding 90% of the world's media. It's pretty clear by now that we don't know about them because they don't want us to. But the point is, it can direct narratives globally and influence geopolitics at the grandest of scales. While BlackRock and Vanguard shape the media landscape of the world, BlackRock's secret weapon, an advanced trading algorithm called Aladdin, has been shaping global markets for decades. The extensive technology program, which, by some estimates, operates more than $21.6 trillion in assets, was created by Fink and several colleagues in 1988. Aladdin is an acronym for the Asset, Liability, Debt, and Derivative Investment Network, a program that executes an average of 250,000 trades per day. Aladdin executes trades in every asset class across every industry and directs the actions of the Federal Reserve and almost every major U.S. bank. It controls over half of all ETFs, 17% of the bond market, and 10% of the stock market. The network that makes up Aladdin is approximately 5,000 supercomputers that now act as the central nervous system for the world's most sophisticated investors and asset managers. Every major bank and fund has come to rely on Aladdin and its all-powerful AI to beat the market, which raises several fundamental questions about the nature of our fragile financial system. When the global financial crisis hit, Aladdin was called upon by every major bank, as well as the head of the Federal Reserve and US Treasury. When it comes to being such a corporate giant, of course it's not all fun and games. Owning a portion of the world doesn't come without its share of conflicts. BlackRock in August 2020 became the first foreign company to be allowed into China's mainland and be a part of their mutual fund industry, which meant they could now invest and own parts of major Chinese companies, even including the ones banned from the US. Their first significant investment after the Chinese partnership was Hikvision, a safety and communication company that basically makes facial recognition software that is used by the government. Seeing this along with BlackRock's ownership over banks, e-commerce stores, social media and various other industries, it becomes evident that the company has a wealth of data on people all over the world, and they could do with it whatever they pleased. TikTok's data harvesting is almost child's play in comparison to what BlackRock is capable of. As the relationship between BlackRock and China grows, so will China's influence all over the world, with our personal data being in the most vulnerable position of easily falling into the wrong hands. In almost every major company one can find BlackRock among the top 10 financial investors. With such a massive reach, BlackRock is basically the fourth branch of the US government, easily influencing policies and decision-making and even lending money to the central bank and Federal Reserve in times of crisis. The most noteworthy mention here being the 2008 financial crisis when Timothy Geithner, the New York Federal Reserve leader, had to ask BlackRock for their assistance to help manage the distressed assets Bear Stearns and AIG. Similarly, the Fed had to once again rely on BlackRock during the 2020 pandemic to stabilize the bond market during economic turmoil. BlackRock in turn has used the central bank and the Fed's dependence on them to grow to an even greater height. With the trajectory that BlackRock has been on, it's clear that their influence will only grow as they acquire more and more of the world to control. This definitely causes a great distress as we are headed into a likely dystopian world, where corporations have more power than the government. Things like voting and freedom of speech become meaningless in the face of investment boards. Only time will tell if there ever will be an escape from this dark future that we are all headed towards. So, is BlackRock really secretly controlling the world? While there is no concrete evidence to support this claim, the firm's vast wealth and influence certainly raise some eyebrows. It's up to you to decide whether or not you believe that BlackRock is behind some of the world's most significant events. We hope that this video has provided you with some insights into this mysterious topic, and we encourage you to continue exploring and questioning the world around you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.